Welcome to Taking Healthy Back with Maria, with your host, Maria Malec, experience coach, conscience educator, and destination retreat host, presents to you countless ways to overcome an overwhelmed, overprocessed, and over-medicated lifestyle. She'll be covering everything wellness, from getting more from life than you put into it, destination retreats to healthy cooking, and conscious education. So please welcome the host of Taking Healthy Back with Maria.
Happy Friday, Wellness Seeker. Welcome to Taking Healthy Back with Maria. I'm your host, Maria Malec. Can you imagine living a life where healing isn't a constant requirement, but a natural byproduct of your daily choices? That's what we're going to be talking about today with my guest, Michelle Grenan. You're going to witness a conversation about how she overcame immense health challenges and transforming her life through sound frequencies, quantum living, and toxin-free practices. You know I'm all about that. And I'm excited to bring this story to you because lately I've been bringing a lot of practitioners and professionals who haven't had a huge overcoming of health issues. And I really love to bring the people to you, people you can relate to, someone you can feel a kinship with in what you might be going through in your life. So welcome, Michelle. Happy to have you here.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Marie. I'm so honored to be here.
You know what, Michelle? I don't even know how we met. Was it just through social media? I mean, it's not unusual to do it that way.
Yes, it was through social media, and I was interested in your healthy living and what you were bringing to social media and how you were posting every single day. And I just became connected to you, and that's through the universe.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Connections. Yes.
Okay, so can you give us your background? You don't have to get too specific, but you've overcome a huge obstacles in life, challenging life from childhood, I believe, and some serious health issues. And what you did to get to where you are right now, which is super healthy in body, mind, and spirit. So can you just give us a little bit background?
Sure, yes. As a child, I grew up, I had a lot of trauma throughout my lifetime. A lot of things had occurred. And so I was always able to remain happy as a child, though, even though things were constantly coming at me, I knew I had to overcome and be strong and motivate myself to carry on. So as I got older, I had developed this disease, and I knew that I developed cancer. And through that, I knew from what the doctors were telling me, I knew my inner being had another way to deal with this. And something had occurred throughout my life that my inner being knew to go in and start meditating, I am affirmations, seeking, reprogramming my mind, body, and spirit, and going in, listening to Dr. Bruce Lipton, Sagar, and different people that had this knowledge. And I knew with the I am affirmations, I would just repeatedly listen to them and listen to them. Then I discovered chakras and meridians and how music and vibrations had changed me. And I had to go in and experience the dark night of the soul and go up from there. So,
I've read from your biography that you talk about changing your DNA and doing that through sound, and sound is frequency. And I know a lot of people get freaked out about that. But we are electrical beings, like a car, if you will. You know what I mean? We're a vessel that's electrical. So what was your first experience with sound and frequency that you thought, okay, this is it, this is something? And was that the catalyst for your bodily healing?
Yes, I had become Reiki certified. So through that, I knew something came into me, the Reiki. And through that, my whole life had transformed. After Reiki, then I became sound certified, where I got into the crystal singing bowls. The and then from there, I did the tuning forks, and I saw such a big difference because throughout my life, I had suffered with anxiety, PTSD, and depression. So I knew through using these tools and utilizing it, it moved me and raised my vibration and just totally transformed me, where I repeatedly for years had to listen to the I am affirmations, had to use the sound and go in through meditation, releasing, and that allowed my body to relax
Mm-hmm.
and start to know that my nervous system can start to relax and be in the present moment. So it was a journey. So the tuning forks, and then after the tuning forks, I had attended a gong ceremony, a gong sound bath. And that's when my Kundalini awoke and my heart was being repaired from the hurt, that the pain that my heart suffered. So it really healed me. Then I knew the power. It was so powerful for me and it moved me. So then I had to buy my own 32-inch gong of abundance. And this really changed my life.
I love doing sound journeys and hearing the gong and feeling the vibration over me. I mean, I just discovered, they call it bee breath work. So it's basically taking in a deep breath and then humming, and the effect of humming on our vagus nerve, the parasympathetic. That's the system of the body which calms us and takes us out of fight or flight. So virtually just humming, is another form of sound therapy that we don't have to buy any special tools. But I do know the power of the gong, and it's amazing when you experience it. And in a little bit, Michelle's going to demonstrate some of the different tools that she has that she uses in her sound therapy, not just for herself, but other people, right?
Yeah.
So what was the pivotal moment when you realized that sound and frequency would be the foundation and that you wanted to pursue, helping other people in the same manner?
When I could live in the present moment and be in the present moment and not experience any anxiety and really just be there. No fear, no anxiety, and be there for people and feel calm, have a state of peace and calm, because peace is the highest frequency in the universe, and being your true authentic self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
And
you've mentioned that to me, that authenticity is a thing for you. It's a big thing for me because of my own past. I've had issues of my own about feeling inauthentic, even with my best efforts of being authentic. So what does that mean to you, being authentic? Is it the way you show up? Is it the way people perceive you? What's your idea of authenticity, and how you illuminate that to others?
I think I've had to release a lot of programs that were programs through childhood, through society, the music, not thinking that you're enough, and people telling
Yes.
you, parental programming. So I had to go in and release all of these programs to embody my soul, my purpose, and know exactly who I am and come back to myself and my inner being and really just discover so much about myself, which unlocked so much creativity and just living heaven on earth now because I have so much positivity and I've had a lot of mentors who have helped raise my vibration. And I am so grateful for all the mentors and everyone who brings positivity to this world because we're all connected and our frequency radiates out from us. And that affects so many people in our field that our heart can really affect 7,000 people if our heart chakra is totally open and our chakras are operating effectively because we're energy. We are energy. All of our cells vibrate and we're just energy. And we can radiate that energy to the world and spread that peace and love within us and out to the world.
I really feel your authenticity. I know there's a lot of false positivity out there, meaning people are smiling on the outside and really on the inside they're crying or they're miserable and they're fighting their own internal battle. And I do know for myself what helped me with my own authenticity and embracing who I am is the divine nature that we all embody. I think the things that we go through are the fallen human nature. And us finding ourselves is really discovering our divine nature. And we have a commercial right now. And when we get back, we'll expand upon that. But just know that you're a beautiful soul, and I feel it through the video here.
Thank you.
You would think, even a VA hospital, if you're a veteran, that they would have a program like this.
You would think, yeah, you would think, but it's not as simple to resolve as it sounds because you have to have the volunteer personnel, you have to have the space, it's not just watching the dog, it's being able to take that dog to a veterinarian if it needs medical attention. There's just so many components to it. And, I know this because we put the program together and we've been learning as we've gone because there's no one we can call and go, hey, how did you handle this? So, I mean, we've really learned a lot, and I understand why it's not as easy as it sounds.
I think sometimes we do the things that we didn't have. So I didn't have that when I was setting my business. And I didn't have people telling me, hey, oh, this is the hole that you have. And here's some people that can help fill that hole. You don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to.
Right.
But we're not meant to do it ourselves as business people either.
Okay. And that's a question that I have also. And I was raised to be a housewife, and I wasn't raised to have a career. And I don't know how many other women my age or, various ages were groomed in that way. And at this point in my life, I don't really want to start a career. Are there women in the group who are not business entrepreneur oriented that are a part of the group just to help them? Welcome back, everybody. We're talking today with Michelle Grenan and the frequency fix that she enabled to get healed of health challenges, emotional challenges. Welcome back, Michelle. I wanted to ask you, because this is a big thing for me, is explain the impact of removing chemicals from your life, both physically and energetically.
Yes, that is so important. Through our water, food, and our air, there's so many chemicals and the products that we put onto our body. I make my own products that I put onto my body because I know so many chemicals are in the products. So I have all natural deodorant that I put on that contains no aluminum. I make my own soaps. So that is amazing because they are so nourishing to your skin and they contain no chemicals that have no phthalates and they're just loaded with chemicals, everything. I have my own hand soaps that I use. I use my Kangen 11.5 water to remove all herbicides and pesticides off all my fruits and vegetables. And the 2.5 water disinfects. So I use my 2.5 water out of my Kangen water machine to disinfect my bathrooms. And I sprout my own foods,
Oh, wow.
sprout my own sprouts. So I'll have lentils, which are packed with protein, that I'll have my organic eggs. I sprout them right on my counter. And
Well, that sounds a lot like me. I mean, I raised 5 kids. It was very expensive to do all organic, so I made my own stuff. I make my own laundry detergent, have been doing that for at least 10 years. It's cheaper and it's quicker than going to the store to pick it up, and it lasts a long time. The other thing I discovered recently is beef tallow, and using that in creams and soaps and shampoos. Have you gotten into that at all?
yes, I have. My soap contains beef tallow, coconut oil, sunflower
Oh,
oil, cocoa, peppermint, and it's just so nourishing. And I can even use it as shampoo. Um, yes,
yeah,
it's
great on the skin. I like making a lotion with it. And that's what I did too. A big part of our whole family wellness is just cutting out as many chemicals as possible. And Michelle, you might be interested in hearing that I just learned that a 20-minute sauna where you're sweating profusely actually helps to remove microplastics out of your body. Is that amazing?
yes,
So,
that
I mean,
is.
we're bombarded every day with microplastics, and because the particles are nanoparticles, they're even getting into our brain. So, I'm going to start incorporating. I just joined a Crunch gym, and they
Nice.
have a sauna in the ladies' locker room. So every time I work out, I'm going to take a 20-minute sauna afterwards. So I'm pretty excited about this new regimen that I'm getting on. And you work out. Are you a fitness trainer? I always see you on social media in your workout clothes. So do you just work out or do you train other people as well?
I just work out. I'm addicted to working out. It's my passion,
Mm-hmm.
and I do two 30-minute hit workouts, high intensity training. Then I
Mm-hmm.
go into the sauna. So I do get the sauna, and movement is so important to
Yeah.
lymphatic drainage, and the yoga that I do too, that drains the lymph and brings healthy blood and it cleansing. So I do that a lot because I know movement is so important, and just to be happy with music, and it's just the camaraderie of the women, and it's amazing. It has really transformed me and has led me to remain happy.
Of course, we have to create it ourselves. We it's all about us. It's all about us and the divine. Actually, I don't do anything alone anymore. I get my strength, my inner strength, through my connection with the divine. So, Michelle, I know you're going to give us a sampling of some of the frequency instruments that you have. You have this humongous tuning fork, which I think is so cool, and I'd love to know where to get that, because I have a little one. So can you give us a little demo of that? And I also know there's another device that you use, helping people using their voice, recording their voice. So can you give us a sampling of the instruments? And then after our next commercial, we'll get into that device that you have, which is really intriguing to me.
Absolutely. This is my new bowl that I have, my Compassion and Medicine Healing Buddha bowl. And
Wow. That plays for a long time.
yeah, it's so amazing. And I think it really uses my energy, since I'm Reiki and quantum. So it vibrates my energy too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have to be coming from a pure, authentic place.
Absolutely. So soothing to the body and the cells. The higher your cells vibrate, the healthier you are.
Mhm.
And these are my little bells. And I do 1 hour sound baths for people and put them in a deep meditative state, and it releases whatever they need to release, and then they feel at peace. And then these are also used on the body, and it resets your central nervous system.
Yeah, again, it's helping the vagus nerve, which is the system of the body that calms us out of fight and flight.
It has really transformed my life and allowed me now to be in the present moment, where I used to just be in that fight or flight all the time.
Right.
And this is such a beautiful space to be in now.
That's very cool. How big is that thing? Like 2 feet?
I believe it's like downstairs it's this big, and I don't know exact inches. There's another one that I'm going to get that's 24 inches that works on the cell rejuvenation. This is the frequency, the 528 hertz,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes everyone so happy. And if you use it like right in front of the heart, it opens the heart and releases so much, and it heals the heart from any emotions and stuck, trapped trauma that is in the body. And you just use it all over the body. it has helped me transform, and so
Is it
grateful that
heavy?
no,
Is it
this one is
heavy?
not heavy. And as Albert Einstein said, the future of medicine is sound. And this is my medicine. And I'm so grateful that I came across this medicine to help heal me and not have to take any pharmaceuticals. This is my medicine for life.
And I'll just explain briefly that using frequency instruments or frequency as medicine is when our bodies are disconnected, we're in chaos, you know, chaotic energy. These sounds bring us back into harmony with ourselves. And people talk about grounding, and what grounding is doing is getting our chaotic energy in sync with the earth, which has the perfect frequency. So just to give a little lesson there on why we even do this, because it's taking the chaotic energy and it's calming it down and bringing us back into balance. Can you? We got a break in a minute, but can you do the gong?
Sure, I would
Love
love to
the
do
gong.
that.
That's just incredible. Do you ever take it and hit it over a person's body and just move the gong,
Yes,
over your body?
I have a little gong that I usually do on people when I'm doing sessions. But if people stand in back of the gong and you gong them, they will feel the vibrations and it will really clear their energy and raise their vibration.
Mm.
So it's, yes.
One time I was at a festival and they had these big gongs set up in a circle, and you sat in the center of the circle, and then they went around the circle and banged all the gongs. I mean, it was incredibly amazing. Have you ever done that?
Yes, yes, it's amazing. Gongs. I went to the gong ceremony. There were so many gongs and it just affected me and healed my heart. It just repaired that heart so much and raised my vibration. And that's one
Absolutely.
of, yes.
We have another commercial break. Uh, that was incredibly enjoyable, and we'll see you when we get back. Thank you.
I think sometimes we do the things that we didn't have. So I didn't have that when I was setting my business. And I didn't have people telling me, hey, oh, this is the hole that you have. And here's some people that can help fill that hole. You don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to. You
Right,
can,
right.
but we're not meant to
I
do it ourselves as business people either.
Okay, and that's a question that I have also. And I was raised to be a housewife, and I wasn't raised to have a career. And I don't know how many other women my age or, various ages were groomed in that way. And at this point in my life, I don't really want to start a career. Are there women in the group who are not business entrepreneur oriented, that are a part of the group just to help them, I don't want to say find themselves, but really be okay with where they are and not pursuing these big dreams, because there's a big push out there for women to be these, hardcore powerful women, empowered, which I want women to be empowered, but I don't believe everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur. Are there women in the group who just want to be women or moms, or just be okay with where they are and give themselves permission. Does that all make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And I'm going to say this, and just expand it a little, because I feel like all of us need to be okay with where we are. Yeah. But we have some people that are in a different season, right? And so we have some people that are, some people call it empty nesters or whatever, little titles that we have to it. Right. And that's a very special season that needs to be nurtured and understood. But what I say to people that tell me, well, and I had a couple of women, it was really beautiful conversation we had on our last retreat, as a matter of fact. And someone said, I'm in this stage, I've already had a business, I've done a business, I've sold my business, or I left the business, or I retired.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking with Michelle Grenan about frequency and sound therapy and overcoming physical and emotional trauma, lifelong trauma, and becoming the person she is today, which is a very beautiful, whole, authentic woman. Welcome back. Michelle, we just had a sampling of some of the sound instruments that you use for sound baths. I also know that you use another type of instrument that records a voice and then gives you the frequency, I'm assuming, that your body needs. So what's the name of it? How do you use it? Can you give us a sample of?
Yes, I have this Solex medical technology, and it's an app that I use every day, several times throughout the day, and I take a 10-second voice assessment. So I'll demonstrate that now. I click on my easy scan, and I'm going to speak for 10 seconds.
We can't see it. Can we see how big it is?
Hi, my name is Michelle, and I am doing I have to start over because you spoke. Okay, hold on. Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. So here it is. Hold on a second.
So it's on your phone.
Yes, it's on my phone. You can get it from your app. Hi, this is Michelle, and I'm doing a voice assessment, and I am in a beautiful interview with Maria, and now it's taking all of my vitals. So it's going through and scanning my vitals. I'm sorry, you can't see it through the...
It's okay.
So it's going through all my body systems, and it is scanning everything, my vitals, my physical, my emotions, the causes, and its suggestion. So it's going through and scanning my whole body through the 10-second voice assessment, and it will give me 5 frequency files that I can utilize for my wellness that I listen to, which will move my chakras and my meridians and clear them energetically so that I can be well. It also has clearing, so in between any clients or any people that I am with, it will clear their energies because we're energetic beings and we pick up other people's energy. So anytime that I'm around other people, I will constantly clear. It also has EMF protection, so you can protect yourself against EMF. I can imprint my jewelry with the frequencies. It has also so many different things for whatever health ailment that you are suffering from. There's a frequency for that. So anything that is going on within your body, there's a frequency to clear that. And it may take a while for you to listen to these frequencies to feel better, because your health is ongoing. You could have suffered from something for 5 years and now you're feeling the pain. Well, you have to clear that daily through the frequencies. I take this app and I do it in the morning, midday, and evening, and assess myself. It will produce a file that will tell me what emotions that I need to work on, the chakras, and it'll show the meridians. It goes into any type of toxicities that are in your blood. I will show you.
Well, we can't see the screen, so maybe you can just read the report. Is it still
Yes,
formulated?
it's formulated in a report, but I can go to one of my reports from the past.
That is really cool. I may need to get this.
It's
So
amazing.
you'll have to share where we can get that, and if it supports you by getting our own.
Yes, it's my wellness. That's what I use. I don't see any doctors. I am my own wellness practitioner. And if something occurs, I do have medical intuitives that I can reach out to, or quantum wellness practitioners. So I'm a quantum living advocate. So
Me
I
too.
do, yes, it's the quantum, you can tap into so much through the quantum to heal. We're all connected and it's amazing.
It's a lot for people to wrap their brain around, and I believe it's for everyone, but I don't think everyone believes it's for them. I think there's a lot of demonization about these sort of healing practices, and it really just takes interviews like this. It takes education. It takes personal experience. I, I've been practicing this way with my family for years, and it did take us a long time to get used to it, but I wouldn't know how to do it any other way. And I always said to my kids, if mom can't fix it in 3 days, then we'll go to a doctor. I want to say there was one time that mom couldn't fix it, and we went to the doctor. But outside of that, it really takes a lot of faith in believing in our body's ability to heal. You know what I mean?
Yes, I had to have so much faith and go within and know that my inner being, that I would find the answers to heal. And
Yeah.
it's so amazing to be at this point to take my healing, because it's what's on the inside. You have all the answers on the inside. So it's a lot of programming in society that tells you have to go somewhere else for a fix, which really they can't fix you. You have to fix yourself and know in your inner being. So this report that I have, it tells me emotionally disconnected versus emotionally integrated, and it will tell you the symptoms, the potential causes, toxicities, parasites, mold, fungus, the vitals. It'll tell you your iron, the different things, the B9, the imbalances, the digestion, your endocrine system, your respiratory system. So it evaluates every single system, the vitals of the body. And through your voice, it knows what frequencies to provide to clear this from your system. Yes.
So if somebody called you, could you do it over the phone, recording
Absolutely.
your voice? Oh man, we're gonna have to hook up on the phone.
Yes, we'll do a
I'm really
meeting.
interested. Yeah.
Definitely. I would love to connect with you and tell you more about this technology. I've had it since August. The first 5 files that I had from I just had to have this app because I knew how it moved me from the first 5 files. I want to bring my voice out more. So it
Mhm.
really helped me to clear and start using my voice more, because we have to open our chakras and be our true authentic self and use our voice
For
out in
sure.
this world to
Right.
help people and connect.
I would love to plan an event with you and come out to Michigan and do something together. I mean, this stuff excites me, and bringing our communities together would be fun. So we'll have to explore that um, one day soon.
That would be wonderful. And I would love to come out to you too. That
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. Michelle, what else can you give us insight into frequency healing and uh, how they play on your emotions and self-discovery? I mean, because what you're talking about isn't the end all. You have to constantly take your thoughts captive and take your actions captive. Was forgiveness a big part of your healing?
Yes, it was. I had to really go into myself and know that we're all trying to do the best that we can. And you just have to forgive people, because we're all trying, and people may not they may not know how it affects other people. So I have to remain positive and go within, have the faith and go to the divine, and really just be happy and positive and know that we're all connected and we all need a helping hand. And there's been so many people that have been on my journey that have helped me, and it's uplifting humanity, and just we're all holding space for each other, and just talking about things that you've been through may help another person, or
Right.
just a little tip that can lead somebody through messages of the universe. And I've been on these monthly transmissions of these meditations,
Mhm.
which have just released so much in my life. And the quantum healing, how it releases things immediately compared to going to a therapist and talking about things over and over again. Whereas in the quantum field, you release it and you move forward, and
Mm.
it's instantaneously. So I'm at a space now where I'm in the present moment. I don't think about the past. I'm so creative on creating and embracing the future that I don't even think about the past, but I
Excellent.
hold space for the lessons, the life lessons that I've learned. And I honor that, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't go through all the lessons that have brought me here to embrace and embody myself and my being and the divine that we all are.
Yes, yes. And I mean, I can't believe how fast the time has gone. We are at the end of this episode of Taken Healthy Back. Michelle, give us the name of that app one more time. And I know people can connect with you on social media if they want to explore more with the sound and, talk to you about their journey and how you might be able to help them.
Absolutely. It's the AO Scan app, and you can get this app anywhere from a phone, iPad, computer. And the company name is Solex.
Solex.
And Solex,
Solex.
correct.
Okay, great. And I know on social media your name is Michelle Lovelife. I love
Yes.
that. That's beautiful.
And that's what I'm doing, is loving life and just embracing it every moment and just being positive about everything and embracing every moment.
Wonderful. And you're in the Michigan area, right?
Yes,
And
I'm
Deerfield, is it?
Dearborn Heights.
Dearborn.
So it's
Okay,
like
so
20 minutes outside of Detroit in the suburbs.
okay,
So
so if anyone wants to connect with you personally there, that's where on social media. And thank you so much for being on and being vulnerable and sharing your story and your healing journey. Because that's what we're all about here, taking our health back, taking it in our control with the divine. We can't do anything alone. And we'll see you next week. Not sure who's going to be on next week, but really happy to bring all this information to the masses. Thanks so much.
thank you.
This has been Taking Healthy Back with your host, Maria. Tune in each week as Maria will empower you to put your wellness in your control. Right here, Fridays, noon Eastern, on the Bold Brave TV network.